Dr. Henry Armitage pours himself a glass of Pinot and sits down at his desk, gesturing for you to sit across from him. I apologize for the short notice, he begins. His face is pale, his forehead sweaty and wrinkled with worry. Armitage, the head librarian of Miskatonic University and the former mentor of yours, privately contacted you in the hopes of gaining your assistance. Eager to help, you made your way to his home in Southside. Upon entering, you were surprised to find his home in disarray. Books and notes litter his desk, and an empty bottle of wine has tipped over onto the ground by the fireplace. You've always known Armitage to be neat and well organized. The elderly man takes a moment to collect his thoughts. I am looking for two of my colleagues, Dr. Francis Morgan, Professor of Archaeology, and Warren Rice, Professor of Languages. Warren was supposed to meet up with me over supper earlier today to discuss several important findings, but he has since gone missing. At first I thought nothing of it, but I have a nagging feeling something else is going on. A very familiar feeling. You've never seen Armitage quite this worried before. His hands tremble as he reaches for the glass on his desk, and he sips from it nervously. I tried to find Francis, hoping he knew where Warren was, but he too is out of touch. Francis has been spending a lot of time in some gambling den, or so I am told. I sent for you because I'm worried Warren might be in trouble. I would appreciate it greatly if you could find him for me. You may also want to ask Francis for help, if you can reach him. The investigators must decide. Professor Warren Rice is at Miskatonic University, that's 1A, or Dr. Francis Morgan is at the gambling club, the Culver Club, 1B. We're gonna do 1B. As a side note, this is normal Dunwich, this is not return to Dunwich. So the return cards are not in here for those that have played there. Okay, everything is all set. So it should be good. Okay. Dr. Armitage suggests you track down his associate, Dr. Francis Morgan. He's not sure whether Dr. Morgan is in trouble, but he's not particularly happy with his colleague's present choice of company. He's in the Culver Club, a notorious gambling joint somewhere downtown. Finding the club's exact location isn't easy. You have to grease a few palms just to learn which of the downtown restaurants operates as the club's front. That restaurant is La Bella Luna, a somewhat upscale Italian eatery by the theater. You change into your Sunday best and make your way there. In front of La Bella Luna stands a man in a pinstripe suit who sizes you up as you approach. Enjoy yourselves, he says with a snake-like grin as he holds open the restaurant's front door. Ooh. So we have two clues here and a resign. We have the agenda. Culver Club. You've entered the Culver Club casino in search of Dr. Morgan. The club is bustling at its late hour, filled with patrons looking to relax and drink. Each criminal enemy gains aloof. Forced. If an investigator deals damage to a criminal enemy, immediately advance. So aloof basically means the enemies don't auto-engage you if you walk to them, or they spawn. Enemies, essentially, the criminals at the club don't attack you until you provoke them. Beginner's luck. When you reveal a chaos token, you may treat the token as if it was any other token in the chaos bag. If you do, remember that you have cheated. Group limit once per round. Objective is 8 clues. Alright. So with that, we'll go down here. And we're going to draw our 5 cards. Best to probably put them off to the side, just so that we can not... Oh, what luck we have. Jim's Trumpet. Oh, I like Jim's Trumpet. And I like Dr. Christopher. I probably don't need 2 mists. In fact, I'm gonna give it a both mists. I don't really need to evade enemies right now. So I'll draw 2 cards. The Sword Cane. Oh, I shouldn't do that just in case this charges. So that's pretty good in that sense that we got Trumpet. And then to anybody who forgets, Jim's ability is you treat any skulls that you flip over as a 0. The modifier. And for this case, I should have done that. Skulls are -2. You may spend 2 resources to treat this as a 0 instead. So pretty much that means he gets all his skulls or 0s. And there's I think 2 or 3 in the bag normally. So for Tony, another unexpected courage, a Derringer, dodge, guts, and if it bleeds. Well, I like the Derringer. Probably keep these 2. I'll probably get rid of these 2 for now. An automatic and evidence. And to copy for Tony's ability, I may take an additional action during my turn, but it can only be used to engage or fight somebody who has a bounty on them. And over here we have the bounty. I should probably put... I'll probably put 6 of these on here. There you go. Okay. After an enemy enters play, move 1 to 3 bounties from the contracts to the enemy to the maximum of its health. After I defeat the enemy, I gain those bounties as resources. So pretty much I put a bounty on anything that spawns. I then kill it, I get that money back. And I have a special action I can do towards that specific one. Alright. So... now the problem is I might actually play Christopher first. Just because Christopher helps me investigate this area, which is at 2. So I might do that. My things are 3. He'll make me a 4. That's not bad. So I'm gonna do that actually. And spend 4 resources for Dr. Milan Christopher. So I have a +1 to my lore. So that's a 4. I will then investigate. Yes, it's true. I have not, like, this is the first time I've played Tony Morgan myself. Like I said, I have Forgotten Age, and then last month I got the beginning of Dream Eaters. So I haven't even like touched it. So I haven't really seen Tony Morgan myself either. Okay. -4. Great. That is a lovely fail. Does it go away? I forget. It goes away, yeah. And 3 actions. I had to remember if it was 2 or 3 because in Matches of Madness it's 2 actions. So 1 to play, 2 to investigate. I guess I'll investigate again. -1, so 4 minus 1 is a 3. So that means I gain a clue. And since I successfully investigate, I will exhaust Christopher to gain resource. So that's the main thing. Is that, so now I can pay for stuff. So next turn I can play the trumpet. I don't have to play the trumpet right away because nobody has horror just yet. And I can probably do trumpet and sword cane maybe, or trumpet and ritual candles. Meanwhile, Tony Morgan. I mean, I do have 3 lore. That's not bad. I think I might do a Devinger though, instead of the 25 automatic. So we'll spend 3 to play the Derringer. Then we're gonna move over to the Clover Club Lounge. While it's Act 1, Clover Club Lounge gains discard an ally asset, gain 2 clues from the token pool. Don't have an ally in my hand, so whatever. But then I'll move over to the bar. Spend 2 resources, gain 2 clues from the token pool, and draw 2 cards. Remember that you have had a drink. So I may do that next turn. Alright. So we ready ourselves. Resource, we draw a card. Oh my god. Final Rhapsody. So let's go. For each skull or tentacle reveal, we get hit. No. That's 1. Some 1. So we take 1 damage and 1 horror. Not too bad. So first card goes... Oh, duh. I forgot. It's been a while. I forgot that it's on the here already. I don't have to go up. Put Curse Luck into your... great. So, -1 to all my skill tests. I must succeed at a skill test to get rid of it. And Hunted Dawn. If there's no unengaged criminal enemies in play, Hunted Dawn gains. If there are no unengaged, there is an unengaged criminal. Each of them moves 1 location towards you. That engages. Now, I wouldn't be hunted down though, right? Because it's aloof. Right? If there are no unengaged criminal enemies in play, gain Surge. Because they have aloof, they won't engage, so he'll just move 1 location towards me, but he won't actually engage because of the aloof status. So the attack won't happen if I am reading this correctly, because he won't engage. But that also means that puts us in a weird predicament, because now the pit boss being here means that if I was to drink and gain the clues, that would actually trigger the pit boss to attack me. So I can't drink now because he's there. So we'll try again. Actually, before that, I'm going to play the trumpet first. Then I'm going to do a investigate test. I'm going to use unexpected courage. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Auto fail. Yay. Let's try again. Cultists. Forget what cultist does. Cultist does -3. If you succeed, gain 3 resources. I definitely don't. So trumpet, fail, fail. Good job, Jib. Good start. All right. Now the problem is, what am I gonna do? I don't really want to mess with this guy just yet. Because he's gonna be like... So I'm gonna move over to the card room. Spend 2 resources to pretty much gamble. So let's gamble. I should have 2, yep. +1. If it is an even number... No. If it's an odd number, nothing happens. So, all that. So that's 1 to move, 2 to gamble. 3rd, I will draw another... I'll gain a resource. That is true, I could cheat. Actually. Yeah, that's right. That's cheat. Tony Morgan seems like the kind of person that would cheat at cards, you know? So I'm gonna treat it as any other token. So I'll treat it as a star. I gain 2 clues and 2 resources. Oh, I thought I could just like 2 clues, 2 resources. So 1 to move, 2 to cheat. 3, let's gamble again. Oh, where? -2, that is an odd number. Even number, wow, I don't know why I just said that. Even number. Gain 2 clues. So explain to me how the guy who was supposed to be my soldier has more clues right now than my poor Jim. So we got 5 clues. We need 8 to advance. So now this works. Upkeep, resource card. Upkeep, resource card. Cool. That's all fine. Put a Doom on over here. We are not there yet. And encounter cards. Reveal a random token from the Chaos Bag. The Twist of Fate has arrived. Cultist. Take 2 horror. And then Tony's is a mobster. So he will spawn here. Now he gains aloof because he's a criminal. And just... I'll put 1 bounty on him for now. Just because I could put 2 on him. I'll put 2 on him actually. Because he's pretty easy to kill. 2 health. You know? So I can take him out. Alright. Jim. What am I gonna do with you, Jim? I've been trying to get this 1 clue from this restaurant forever. I'm at a 3. I can cheat on any test, right, currently? Yeah, I can cheat on any test. So I might just cheat on this test if I fail it, just to get rid of cursed luck. -3, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna make it a star. It's a +1. So I'm at a 3, 4, 5. -1 is a 4. I pass. I beat it by 1 or more. This gets discarded. So I gain a clue and I gain a resource. But now both people have essentially cheated at the game. Then I will move. I could actually have done it. Retcon that. Hold on. I'm actually going to change that into can I cheat it into a skull to trigger the trumpet? Yeah, I can. It says treat it as if it was any other token. So if I treat it as a skull, it's a 0. For 3, I still pass by 1, so I still discard Curse Luck, and I can trigger my trumpet to heal a horror. But now that's done, so that's 1. 2 to move to the Culver Club Lounge. Nothing to do here, really. Do I play the sword? I'm not gonna play the sword cannon. It's kind of my backup weapon if I'm desperate. And then I am going to... I'm gonna draw a card, actually. I have to deal it to white. Shriveling. Okay, not bad. Tony's turn. I guess we'll... Do we just gamble? That's the question. Because nothing else has... There's no other way to really gain stuff. I could just shoot this mobs in the face, but... I will gamble. -2 is an even number, so I gain 2 clues from the pool. 6, 2, that is 8. So we can advance Act 1. After speaking to a number of gamblers and servers, it seems as though Dr. Morgan has had quite the run lately. Instead of cashing out his winnings, he has convinced to double down. He was last seen entering the guarded hall near the back of the card room. Put the set aside Darken Hall into play. If it's Agenda 1, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a criminal enemy is discarded, and spawn the enemy in the Darkened Hall. Is it in here? This is connected to the card room. Right? Yeah. And then we discard cards until we gain a criminal enemy. O'Bannon's Thug is hanging out there. I'll use my reaction to put a bounty on O'Bannon's Thugs, because I know that O'Bannon's definitely going to have some trouble with them. And then I need to put a connector. Okay. Act 2A. Only investigators in the VIP area may spend the requisite number of clues as a group to advance. There's 4 for that one. Okay. So I've spent one act. That was one action to do that. My second action, I want to move to the Darkened Hall. When Darkened Hall is revealed, put into play the three set aside back hole doors. And I'll put them here. We'll shuffle them just in case there's a specific order that they always come out in. And then we're going to put some connectors for them. They all connect back to here. So 1 to cheat, 2 to move, and then third action will move to one of the doors. 1, 2, or 3. Which shall we pick? Anybody wish to throw a suggestion of which door we shall go to first? Get some chat interaction from the of people deciding which back hole doorway should we go into. The top one, the middle one, the bottom one. Door number 2, door number 1, or door number 3. We know one of them is the VIP area, the other 2 are the other rooms. Either way, they probably have clues for us, but we must find the VIP room itself to actually spend the clues. And as always, there's a good chance one of them is definitely bad. Alright, Joshua on YouTube says door number 3. So I'm counting 1, 2, 3, so the bottom one. Art gallery. After you fail a skill test while investigating the art gallery, lose 2 resources. There's still some stuff here. It's not a bad test. Technically Tony could do that test. Alright. Oh. Come on, there you go. Oh god. Cards are falling all over the place. There we go. Upkeep. Both carpets are shriveling. That's nice. Well, I spent those resources, right? So I should be at 1. I spent 2 to gamble. I didn't take it off. Lone Wolf. That would be good, especially because we're pretty far out. Although I'm assuming Jim might go and start exploring. Okay. Now we add 1 to the agenda. Hasn't advanced yet. Mobster. The mobster will spawn here. I'll put 1 resource on him. Right, that doesn't have to be anybody, right? Yeah. Oh my god. Place 1 doom on each criminal enemy at your location. There are no any. If no doom was placed by this effect, lose 2 resources. Great. Okay. Which does mean we do have an issue in that next turn, the agenda will advance. Which probably means that the enemies are going to start to fight us. Now we have 2 things we can do here. We can either start ganking these people because they're going to be in our way. Or we take this chance and then we run Jim all the way to another door. And I think we might do that because although we do have shriveling, but I think it's better because nobody has hunter except the only boss who hunts is the pit boss. So nobody else moves from their location. So that gives me time so I can have Jim do investigating and Tony can go and start picking up some bounties along the way. So I think I'm just gonna have Jim go 1, 2, and then let's go across this one. The dark alley. There's 2 clues. Only 1, pretty easy. But there is a back door we can get out of here. So, another quick way to get out of this place. Meanwhile, Tony. Fortunately, I don't have any things to perform, but after you fail a skill test while investigating the art gallery, lose 2 resources. I think I'm going to do an unexpected courage to give myself +2, so I'm at a 5 investigate versus a 2. Auto fail. Nice. Always a classic. I'm going to gain a resource, but I'm going to spend it to just play Lone Wolf. That way I can start to gain some money for myself. Alright. Upkeep. Emergency cache. And if it bleeds. Alright. Upkeep time. It advances. Your questioning has drawn the attention of several men, hired thugs by the look of them. Francis doesn't want to be bothered, one of them says. We suggest you leave the premises before we force you to leave. Shuffle the encountered discard pile into the deck. If the players have completed, if not, if this is the first scenario, advance to 2A. Underground muscle, 3 points. I just want to make sure. Yeah, enemies. So enemies haven't activated yet. Okay. So then encounter cards. Because luck is back, because who doesn't love that? If there are no unengaged criminal enemies in play, if there are one or more, each of them moves one location towards you. So he moves towards me. He moves towards me. They both move down towards me. And then each that engages you resolve this makes an immediate attack. So he would engage me. And makes an attack of 2 damage. Okay. Now it's time to get hunt. Now we can't. Unfortunately, because of the thug, Lone Wolf doesn't trigger this turn. But luckily, I can play it in evidence if I kill this guy. That's pretty good. I should probably do have a 5. It makes me a 7. I'll be able to take him out. But first things first. Good old Jim. We got 2 clues over here. So I'm at a 4 to a 1. I'm okay with keeping that going. -1. I pass. So this gets discarded. And I gain a clue. And the resource. And then I'll do it again. That's a star. That's a +1. I'm going to choose to make it a skull token. I still pass, but I get to use my trumpet to reduce my horror down by 1. And that's the beauty of Jim Culver's trumpet abilities. So those 2 are done, and we have a victory point. Then I'm going to spend 3 resources to play a Shriveling. Because the enemies are coming. So time to get those spells going. Alright. Tony. Tony's going to be easy. We're taking a shot. I'm at a 7. I have to beat a 4. Ooh. Beefy guy. 7 to a 4. I'll discard this to make it an 8 to a 4. -4. God. I pass. So it's 1 damage. Because it's only if I succeed by 2 or more. Good God. Okay. Fire again, I guess. 7 to a 4. -1 is a 6. This will defeat. And the way it works is I gain those resources. So I gain 2 resources. Now, because he was a bounty target, one of those was actually free. So I've only spent one action. I'll also spend one to play evidence to gain a clue. So here's the question. This is the question. Can I use the resources that I gained from the bounty to pay for another evidence? Because it's all off the same trigger. I'm assuming I can. Because it says it's a forced response. This is my Marvel Champions like mindset going here. It's a forced response. So this probably happens as the card leaves play because he's defeated. I gain those resources. And then as a trigger of him leaving play, I play evidence. So I think I can play both evidences then. I believe. I'm gonna say yes. I think that makes sense. It's all the same timing window. Now we have 4 resources. So we're good in that sense. But unfortunately, we don't have the VIP areas up here. We've only spent one action, because one action was free because of the bounty target. One action to finish him off. So 2 actions left. I was thinking I could move over here and that I could take out this mobster with a shot. But I feel like that will put me in a bad spot because then the Culver boss will move and attack me. Where instead he'll move this turn. And if I prepare myself, I can go in and I can take on both of them. And that also will clear the way for Jim to make his way to the VIP area. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to gain 2 resources. That way, next turn, during upkeep, I gain enough to play the 25 automatic. It's kind of... It's a bit of a crappy weapon, actually. Well, at least it gives me a weapon? Like, they're not exhausted, that's the problem. So actually, I don't know if that's worth it, actually. Oh, wait a minute. Let's think that back a second. Because the automatic isn't that good for weapon. Because it only does damage. It only helps if they're exhausted. And I don't have a good agility to dodge them. So I'm better off just going and shooting him, actually. So 2 to move. That engages. And then I'll take my last shot. I'm at a 7 to a 2. -4 is a 3. I still pass, but I don't do enough damage. I don't know how that's possible. I really don't know how that always happens. Both times, I'm like, I can't draw a -4, right? No way. Rough. This deck is... I shuffled this deck. It's a bit weird how those cards came up like that. Before that happens, though, however... So, I believe Culver Pit Boss does move. It will engage. And I believe they both attack. So I take 3 damage. And then the upkeep happens. And then we're good. Oh, this should have been reset. So 1. And encounter cards. A swarm of rats have entered the area. Place 1 doom on each criminal enemy at your location. Now the good thing is that the way the timing works is that it checks before you draw the cards. So that means even though there's now technically 3 doom, it doesn't do that. It doesn't check until the beginning of the Mythos phase. So therefore, if I can somehow get rid of these guys, I'm good. So we're in a bit of a pickle here. I'm going to... Do I play Sword Cane just to like... I can do the Sword Cane just to whack these rats. And then I can move... I have to help... I have to help out Tony. I can do a shriveling that does 2 damage. That could help. And then his turn, he would just punch. He could punch this guy and try and punch him down. What I'm going to do actually, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start this one with Tony going first. Lone Wolf to gain a resource. I'm going to punch this mobster. So it's a 5 to a 2. Skull is a -2. I could pay to change it, but I'm not. Because I still pass. So that's 3-1. There's 1 damage. So I do gain the 2 resources. And then this all goes away. And that was a free action because it's an engaged enemy that has a bounty on me. Okay, so that's 1. I'll punch this guy for my first action. 0. That is a success, so he takes the damage. If I can do another damage to him and soften him up with a shriveling, that'd be good. That's another one. 2 damage. So I've done, that's 2 actions, right? Because the first one was free. Okay, because this guy does not have any bounties on him, so he doesn't, so he has to count. Let's just go for the 3rd punch. Skull, it's still a hit. So it's a -2. So I still actually hit him. So... Oh. I'm so used to the 1 and 3s, I forgot I can just do that. He's got 3 damage on him, which puts him in prime range to be hit with a shriveling. Alright. Jim's turn. Jim will... Oh, first things first. Spend 2 to play the Sword Cane. After it comes into play, automatically trigger its thing. I will use it to smack the rats. 4, 2, and 1. Automatic fail. How do you fail hitting the rats? Come on. Okay. And I can't even, what's it called, right? I can move. I'll take the damage, but then if I was to attack the mob boss, I would still... That sucks. If I attack the mob boss, I take a second hit, right? It might honestly be worth it. Because if I don't, if Tony takes another hit, he puts on up to 7. Puts me up to 3. That's not bad. So I'm gonna do that. I'll move over here so I take a damage. And then I'll do a shriveling. I'll guts it just to make sure. So I'm at a 4, 5, 6. 6 to a 3. You know? And I thought, I'm like, do I double guts this? No, right? 6 to a 3. I should be fine. But we learned that's not the case. So damage, upkeep. There's the dodge. Bit late on that one. And we got another guts. Alright. That's 1, 2, 3. So we do have 3 dooms, so it will advance the agenda. You hear a crash from somewhere outside and screams of pain in the lounge. A terrible monstrosity smashes through the entrance to the club. Wait, sorry. Oh yeah. Crushing the stairwell and knocking over gangsters and patrons alike. Spawn a random enemy from the set-aside hideous abominations account set in Culver Club Lounge. Shuffle the rest of that encounter set, the set-aside striking fear encounter set, and the encounter discard pile into the... Okay, so... So we'll shuffle these, and the one we get is the conglomeration of spheres. So it eats melee weapons, basically. Then shuffle the rest of that encounter set, and striking fear, and the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. Remove all investigators and unengaged enemies from La Bella Luna, and remove La Bella Luna from the game. At the start of the enemy phase, discard each critical enemy in the same location as an abomination enemy. And it hunts. So basically it goes and starts eating enemies along the way. So like this guy's gonna die. And then Mythos cards. I guess we'll do it this way where since Tony went first, we'll have he's lead investigator, we'll keep that. You cannot play assets or events. Test 3 will. For each fail, take 1 horror. I have a 2. I'm gonna use guts to make it a 4. So hopefully that helps me a bit. Pass. Place 1 bounty on bounty contracts. Yes. I get to draw a card. Which we now see is Leo De Luca. Bit late, Leo, but not bad. Oh, I can actually do what's it called, couldn't I? I can actually put a bounty on the conglomerate. Alright. Well now. Alright, first things first, I'm punching these stupid rats. -3. If you succeed, gain 3 resources. I do succeed. So I gain 3 resources and these rats are gone. I can't play anything with them, but I have resources. Then I'm gonna move over here. Guess what this is? It's the VIP area. While you're in the VIP area, you cannot draw cards or gain resources during the upkeep phase. In that case, I am going to just... I can't play accessory events, but I can play skills. I'll still... Do I need more clues? I probably need more clues. So 3, 4, 5, 6 to a 3. Come on with this. Really? Really? Alright. Tony's turn. Time to punch. Punch, punch, punch. 5 to a 3. Fail. 5 to a 3. 0. That's a win. He's defeated. He goes to the victory display. Yay. Alright, that's 2 actions. My last action will be to play 6 resources to play Leo De Luca, who gives me a free action. And I'm going to use that action to move over to the VIP area. Now, we need 4 clues. We have 4 clues. So we can advance the scheme. Or the act, sorry. Marvel Champions terms. If the players have not completed, you find Dr. Morgan gambling in one of the VIP rooms, but he appears to be playing cards with 2 unconscious bodies, his pupils dilated as though in a trance. He can't seem to stop laughing, smiling, and chatting with the other players. Put the set aside Dr. Morgan into play in the VIP area. Advance to all in. Dr. Morgan. Okay, and then all in. While Dr. Morgan is not controlled by a player, he gains Parlay. Test 3 will to shake him out of his daze. If you succeed, place 1 clue from the token bank on him. If there are 2 clues on Dr. Morgan, take control of him. If each undefeated investigator has resigned, advanced. So basically, we have to get 2 parlays on him, and then we have to go to the back door, the back alley, and get out this way. Which I'm trying to figure out if this is always here. Because I thought... Oh no, it has to have been there actually. Because the allowance, the first one gets tucked away. Oh, I know what my confusion was. I usually do extracurricular first. So I do Peter Culver. And that was always screwed me over, was because Peter Culver spawns at the bar. So you have to go all the way to the bar to get him, and then go all the way out. But if you do this first, you have Morgan right here. Alright. I think that was it. This gets discarded. Upkeep. Ooh, a flashlight. And then all these clues go away. And that should be everything. Alright. Criminal phase. There's no criminals there. He would move. So next one he'll eat him. And then that's all for that. Reveal a random token from the Chaos Bag. +1. A positive number, nothing happens. A mobster spawns. Great. Place a bounty on him. Okay. So we got a test, we got a parlay. Now here's the thing though, like, because I would rather have Tony somehow parlay Dr. Morgan out. So then, because Dr. Morgan would help out Tony a lot more by having the +1 attack and the 4 health, makes him super tanky. But we'll see what happens. So we'll parlay first. So 4. I'll use guts. 6. 6 to a 3. +1 is a success. So when we succeed, place 1 clue on him. Okay. Here's the question. Oh, and I draw a card. This is the, if you will, the $1 million question. I can go 1, 2, 3, get to the back alley. Right? Tony's turn. He has to. He's off ammunition. So. I'm trying to see, because if I can somehow punch the mobster twice to defeat the mobster, that I still have 3 actions left. 1 action to get Dr. Morgan parlayed, and then 2, 3, I can get out to the back alley before the conglomeration moves in here. Like, it's not that bad of an enemy, really. But it'll actually allow me to beat the game pretty quickly. So that might be worth it. I'm gonna do that. So 2, 3. Tony's turn. We'll punch the. We'll punch the mobster. 5 to a 2. It's a -3, but I still succeed, so I gain 3 resources. And that's 1 damage. Second punch. Succeed. He's defeated. I gain 1 resource. And he's gone. So that was both my special ability free action and my Leo De Luca free action. I now have 5 resources. Okay. Here, I can lone wolf technically because my turn starts with him already gone. I will parlay with 2. 3. Do I have to be... I have to be at the club, right? Yeah. Should I? I should have freaking had Jim do it. What? Hold on. Okay, I still have 3 actions, so if this works, I technically don't have... I have enough moves, so it puts me at a 2, 3, 4. 2 or 3. Yes. So that's 2 clues. Take control of him. Now I'm pretty sure... Oh, although wait a minute, how does this work though? Because I lose Leo, right? The first action spent each turn takes up the... If Leo the Luca is discarded mid-turn, you do not lose 1 action from your total pool of actions for the turn. Okay. So I don't actually lose him, so because his action goes first. So I can get rid of him for Morgan. Because I have to. I only have 1 ally slot. But... And just want to recap, make sure this makes sense. I had a Leo action, punch. Free action because of bounty, punch. Then I had parlay to gain Morgan. So I still have 2 actions left. So I can go 1, 2. That means next turn we can both resign and get out. Enemy phase happens first, so you go bye-bye. Conglomerate moves closer. And upkeep. Moonlight Ritual. Emergency Cache. Okay. 1 on, encounter cards. Oh my god. So it's each player who has had a drink loses 1 action. Nobody had a drink. Test 3 mental. For each point you fail, take 1 horror. -1, takes 2 horror. Alright. Now I can just resign, because you can do resign without even if I provoke, it doesn't matter. So we both resign. We both get out to the back alley. I'm pretty sure. I want to make sure that makes sense. Yeah, resign is safe. So we both resign. And we both run out of here. Oh. Advance. You escape the club, doing your best to look inconspicuous as several cars pull up near the street. A handful of grim-faced men and women exit, running towards the restaurant's entrance to take control of the situation. One of them catches your eye, his hand on the grip of his .38, but thankfully he turns his attention back to the rest of his crew and follows them into the club. You breathe a sigh of relief. Resolution 2. What in the world? Dr. Morgan finally breaks out of his daze as he make your way to safety. You ask him what he remembers, and he sputters and shakes his head. It's all a haze, he explains, visibly exhausted. I was having the run of my life. Perhaps I had one too many shots, but those creatures, I hadn't seen anything like that since... He trails off, and you can tell that his mind is racing. His eyes widen with realization, and his face pales. I may not be in the best shape, but I'll help you with your investigation. Whatever it takes. In your campaign log, recall that the abandoned gang has a bone to pick with the investigators. In your campaign log, recall that the investigators rescued Dr. Francis Morgan. Anybody... Okay. So... It didn't matter. I could have technically had Jim do it and then just run out this turn. If any player cheated, add 1 token to the cashback for the remainder of the campaign. On XP equal to the value of cost in the victory display. So we did get that, so we'll have to add the tentacles. We have 1. 2, 3. So you have 3 experience that we gain.